I used to think that acting fast made me decisive, that if I didn't respond immediately, somehow I was losing control. But the truth is I wasn't in control at all. My impulses were. Some of the worst decisions I've ever made happened because I reacted too quickly, and I'm willing to bet you've done the same. Have you ever sent a message you immediately regretted, walked away from something because of a knee-jerk reaction, or made a big decision in the heat of the moment that later fell apart? The truth is we all have, and today I want to talk about why our first instinct is often the worst one and what you can do instead. But before we get into it, if you find value in conversations about mindset, decision making and growth, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon so you don't miss what's coming next. So here's the issue. When we're under pressure, whether it's stress, anger, fear, excitement, our brains don't default to logic. They default to reaction. And that's because of the amygdala, the part of the brain that handles emotions. It's great if we need to escape danger, but in everyday life, it can be a disaster. The part of the brain that actually makes good decisions, the prefrontal cortex, that takes time to process things, which is why if you don't give yourself time to think, you're letting your emotions make your choices for you. And it's not just emotions. Ego plays a huge role too. When we feel challenged, attacked or ignored, our ego tells us a story. I need to respond now. If I don't, I'm losing. If I wait, I'm weak. But ego wants to win the moment, not the long game. It wants validation, not wisdom. And that's why so many of us react impulsively. We think we're protecting ourselves when really we're just being controlled by our own narratives. I've been caught in this trap more times than I care to admit. I've clicked send on countless emails in frustration only to regret it minutes later, and made many business decisions under pressure that fell apart because I didn't step back and think. And the worst part, in those moments, acting felt like the right thing to do. And that's what makes impulse so dangerous. It convinces us that fast is smart when often the smartest thing we can do is wait. I've had to train myself to resist that pull. It's not easy, but there are a few things that work. The 10-second rule. If you feel the immediate urge to react, count to 10. It forces you to pause before taking action. Ask yourself, what would my future self do? Will this still feel like a good decision in a week, a month, or even a year? Delay big decisions. If it's not urgent, wait 24 hours. Most things don't need an immediate response. Write before you act. If you want to send a message or make a move, write it down, but don't send it yet. Seeing it written helps process emotions without immediate consequences. Do the opposite. If you feel the need to react instantly, experiment with doing nothing instead. More often than not, the situation resolves itself, or at least your perspective on it changes. I used to think acting fast made me strong. Now I think the opposite. Strength isn't in reacting. It's in resisting the pull. It's in choosing patience over pride, wisdom over impulse. Some days I get it right. Some days I don't. But what I do know is this. The best decisions aren't made in fear, anger, or urgency. They're made in calm and clarity. What about you? Have you ever made a decision you regretted because you acted too fast? Or have you ever waited only to find the right answer was nothing like your first instinct? Let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear your thoughts. And if this resonated with you, hit like, subscribe, and share this with someone who needs to hear it. I'll see you in the next one.